What is going on, everyone? Luca Rosano here, back with another video, back with another Kevin Durant to Raptors trade update. Yes, can never get too many of those. In this video, we got another update, an important update that I want to tell all of you. Before we get into the content, please do me a solid favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you aren't new. According to my YouTube analytics, about 69.4% of you are watching my content but are not subscribed. If you can kindly make sure you are subscribed, we are nearing the 27K milestone. So if you can help me hit that, that would be greatly appreciated. Also want to announce that today's video sponsor is Dave & Buster's. If you're in the area, go check out Dave & Buster's and let them know that Luca Rosano sent you. Okay, the latest update of the whole Kevin Durant to Toronto Raptors sweepstakes is that the Toronto Raptors are unwilling to part with Scotty Barnes in Kevin Durant trade talks. Yes, the Raptors are reportedly making one thing clear. Scotty Barnes isn't going anywhere, which is music to many Raptors fans' ears, including myself. Despite reports of Toronto's interest in trading for Kevin Durant, the Raptors are keeping their reigning Rookie of the Year award winner off the market. This is per Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher. And then Brian Windhorst doubled down on this by saying, and I quote, "I don't think Scotty Barnes is in the current offer or anywhere close to being in the offer for KD." So if Barnes is untouchable, that would mean that a Raptors deal for Durant would likely have to include Pascal Siakam and another member of the core along with multiple first-round picks. Brooklyn is reportedly looking for an all-star player younger than 25. This is per ESPN's Brian Windhorst. Now, Siakam is 28, but he does have an all-NBA resume and he is an all-star. So this could be something that Brooklyn wants to do. But in terms of Brooklyn's pursuit of Scotty Barnes, that looks like it ain't gonna happen. So should Durant's asking price remain too high, the Raptors could monitor the DeAndre Ayton market. And this is per Jake Fisher as well. The Indiana Pacers have been another team mentioned as a potential Ayton landing spot, especially if Miles Turner is traded this summer. So this makes complete sense to me that the Raptors do not want to include Scotty Barnes in a trade package for Kevin Durant. This is the assumption that I had. I did say I would not be interested in the Raptors taking this route, so it is reassuring that the Raptors would not be willing to part ways with their young, talented stud in Scotty Barnes. And when I did see a report yesterday that the Raptors had offered a package of, I think it was Barnes and 4 first-round picks to the Nets, I wasn't buying it. So to me, that's what the holdup is right now between the Nets and the Raptors. It's coming down to the Nets wanting Scotty Barnes and the Raptors not willing to give him up. Because if the Raptors were willing to give up Scotty Barnes, this trade for KD might have already gone down. So if the Raptors and Nets don't get a deal done, the Raptors could look to a plan B, and that could be a DeAndre Ayton who is still unsigned. I know the Raptors have been linked to DeAndre Ayton dating back to a couple weeks ago, and it's interesting that Ayton's name is still out there. Of course, he is a big piece that the Suns are trying to leverage, but like I said in yesterday's video, it's reported that the Nets are not interested in a package of Ayton, Mikal Bridges, and picks. Jake Fisher did also say that league personnel have been discussing the possibility of Brooklyn retaining KD and Kyrie into the regular season. And Shams was actually on the Pat McAfee show yesterday and said that the Nets are operating moves as if they're bringing back Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Brooklyn isn't willing to move Durant unless their historic asking price is met. And I'm starting to think that's what's going on here. The Nets asking price seems to be too high. Teams are not complying. And if that asking price is not met, we could see Kyrie and KD running it back. If the Nets are not going to get what they want in return, they do not have to trade KD. They do not have to trade Kyrie Irving. So there is a strong possibility that both these guys could be back. And quite frankly, I would not be surprised if that is the case when it's all said and done. But it is good to see that Scotty Barnes has been deemed untouchable. Of course, this is all reportedly. So unless Masai Ujiri can pull it off another way, unless he could get the Nets to bite on a Pascal Siakam trade, then maybe the Durant to Raptors trade won't happen. And maybe Kevin Durant will have to just stay put in Brooklyn, because I don't know what package is going to be formed for the Nets to be interested in. The Rudy Gobert trade really made things a lot more difficult, in my opinion. Once it was known what Rudy Gobert got and the huge haul that he got, that just made the Nets asking price even higher than it probably would have been. I don't think it's feasible that the Nets are going to truly get what they want. And rightfully so. I mean, Kevin Durant is an all-time great player, still one of the best players in the game today, so the Nets are not going to just trade him away to get rid of him. Things are changing by the minute again, but the Toronto Raptors reportedly unwilling to part with Scotty Barnes in any Kevin Durant trade talk, so we'll see if that puts an end to the Raptors' bid for Kevin Durant. Or alternatively, we'll see if the Raptors can still get a deal done with the Nets without including Scotty Barnes. Maybe the Nets do end up complying with the Raptors trade requests, but yeah, we'll see what happens. This is making for some very interesting content. The KD watch continues to linger. Let me know what you see happening, guys. Do you think a trade will get done between the Raptors and the Nets if Scotty Barnes is not involved? And if the Raptors do not trade for Kevin Durant, do you think a deal will get done? Or are you starting to believe that KD and Kyrie will be back with the Nets? Because right now, that's where I'm at with all of this. Let me know what you see happening in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't new. Let's hit 27K. And as always, thank you so much for watching. This is Luca Rosano on the mic signing off. And I'll catch you all again in the next video.